What's up, guys? I just wanted to throw something out at you. I went to get my truck cleaned up this morning because the pollen here is really bad and I drive a black truck and my truck was yellow this morning. So I decided to just have my truck washed. So I went to Autobell, right? And I pull up in the parking lot and there's 12 sets of 24 vacuums. That's my boyfriend griping about the same thing I'm griping about. And, I kind of mentioned it to the worker. I was like, hey, y'all got new vacuums? And he was like, yeah. He's like, Autobell did that with their PPP money. All right, so last time I checked, the SBA was for small businesses. Small businesses are businesses with less than 500 employees. Technically, franchises are a lot larger when you put them all together. However, they're using the clause that they're all independently owned, therefore they don't have to, follow SBI guidelines because most of their franchise owners have less than 500 employees. So I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but it makes me angry. It makes me angry because there are a lot of people, especially in our industry and in the hair industry and the nails, all these hardworking, service industry workers are having to close their businesses. However, every morning when I get up and I drive to work, Waste Pro has brand new trash cans and brand new recycling cans. Yet, to speak candidly, we were doing 2 times the revenue before COVID a year ago. And we were basically given 2.5 times our payroll, which doesn't think about our operation expenses, And typically, when you start looking at payroll, most people's operation and business expenses, your payroll should be 30 to 40% of your total revenue. Ideally, that doesn't happen in most cases. That's why small businesses are struggling, yet you have companies like Waste Pro, which I'm pretty sure has more than 500 employees, buying new trash cans and new recycling bins with their PPP money, and places like Autobell buying new vacuum cleaners. 24 vacuum cleaners. Who needs 24 vacuum cleaners in a parking lot? In a space that it looks like can only park 12 cars. I don't get this, and I don't understand why people are sweeping it under the rug and aren't more upset. I own a business that takes insurance. Okay? We have prescriptions. We take insurance. Yet, we were told we were non-essential and couldn't see clients for pain management. Yet, Autobell is open washing cars, which people can do in their own driveway. And they got PPP money too, but, we didn't even get half of what 1 month of our operation expenses and our overhead and our rent and all that is. So we have to struggle and we have to close our doors. And my business isn't closing its doors by any means. Don't take that the wrong way. But people in our industry, and I have coached a lot of people through closing their business here lately, and even had a client back during COVID, take their life. So how is it that this is okay and this is acceptable? I get you can say we're saving lives and all these other things, but honestly, at the end of the day, and this is an unpopular opinion, I had a client a couple weeks ago that has struggled to get pregnant. And finally, her and her husband got pregnant. And they were told, oh, you have an incompetent cervix. We can't do the surgery to fix your cervix to save your baby until you have 1 or 2 losses. Then you can have the surgery. Then insurance will cover it. However, we all have to close our businesses and all this garbage to save lives. But the Small Business Association, administration, whatever they are, and small businesses are less than 500 employees, gave money to all these big companies. Autobell, if you look at Autobell has more than 500 employees. I get the franchise thing. I do. But I still don't think it's right, and I still don't think it's fair. So whenever you start seeing all these new things pop up at these big places that were open the entire time that the rest of us were closed down, I hope you raise an eyeball. I hope you raise your eyebrow. Really, really raise your eyebrow. and think about, do I want to do business with this company anymore? Because I don't think I'm going to Autobell anymore. Like, really? It kind of pissed me off. You know, that money was meant to go to paychecks for employees. You know, it was meant to go to small businesses to pay rent and overhead and keep these businesses open. And instead, you know, you have companies like Waste Management, the Waste Management company didn't get PPP money, okay? However, Waste Pro was able to come in and take more than half of their business because they had the money for marketing and they had the money for new trash cans all of a sudden. That's the kind of thing you take out a loan for to expand your business. You know, you don't take it from businesses that, you know, need it. And the whole unproportional payroll thing is, it just blows my mind, guys. You know, those people were still in production. They were still making money. This was all just extra money for them. You know? Yet we still have people struggling. And we still have people trying to figure out means to get to work, to have gas in their car. And, you know, it's the most heartbreaking thing. Like, I had an employee that started, and, you know, literally she had to ask me for a day off so that, you know, she could drive Postmates to put gas in her car. You think I made her drive Postmates to put gas in her car? No, because I'm not that kind of human. I helped her put gas in her car. You know, but all this crap, like, if it doesn't make you mad, you need to start asking yourself why. If you're completely okay with all of this, I think you need to ask yourself why. And you can say all the nasty things to me that you want, but not since day one has all this set well with me, you know. And it's just one of those things where, like, cool, you're gonna throw a stimulus at people, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, we're still $78 trillion in debt to China, and it just keeps going up. It's not going down, you know. So at the end of the day, why are we doing this? You know, I'm not trying to discourage small business owners. Like, I want to see small businesses thrive. Small businesses are where industries are innovated. And, you know, look at Apple. I always talk about freaking Apple. You know, Apple did something really, really great. You know, and they focused on Apple and they did better. And I've made the joke a couple times that I'm actually Apple. I'm not worried about anybody else but myself. I'm going to focus on me, and I'm going to do me, and I'm going to do me the best I can. But, you know, when it comes to our industry and the way that I feel like we have been shat on repeatedly, like, this is just another slap in the face. You know, so I just want to know. I want to hear your stories. Tell me about PPP. Tell me what you see going on with the PPP money that businesses in your area and in your town and in your life. Tell me what's going on with them. You know, do you see a lot of businesses in your area closing? What kind of businesses do you see closing? I want to hear it. Drop it in the comments. Let me know what you think. You know, I personally think it's stupid that we aren't going to save a baby that somebody has tried and tried for years with all sorts of infertility stuff, because insurance doesn't want to pay for it for there's 2 losses. But, you know, we're trying to save every life possible with the COVID thing. And I get it. Nobody's life is valued at more than another. But at the end of the day, like, we've got to really look at what's happening, because this stuff is not helping the people on the bottom. You know, it gets me because Charlotte, we've got what's called Tent City. There's been people out there sleeping in tents. You know, I think it's like over 300 people now. And if the homeless shelter could open up, then, you know, those people could get back on their feet, find jobs. You know, their children could go to school. You know, at this point, it's like, what are we doing? It's been a year. And I get we're just now vaccinating people and all that, but, you know, like, if you look at the events from vaccination and people dying, like, I don't know, like, I still don't feel good about getting it, especially after I've already had it and I didn't get sick. That's a whole story for another day. But, you know, I want to hear what you guys think. You know, I want to see the misallocation of funds. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, I don't know what your board did. I also want to hear about this. Tell me what your board did about license renewal this year. Like in North Carolina, they switched everybody to online, told them they could renew all their stuff online, you know, but I had therapists that were struggling to make their bills still, you know, and I know therapists that ended up letting their license lapse. I know as a CE provider, you know, the end of the year is usually popping for teaching continuing ed. That didn't happen this year. So I'm just curious, what did you see go on in your state? Did your board give any flexibility with license renewal? You know, I thought that was kind of crappy. So anyway, just tell me. I want to hear about it. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to sweep the whole thing under the rug. You know, ignorance is bliss. But at the end of the day, like, I'm a Enneagram 1 wing 2. I think they call us the activist. At the end of the day, like, some of this shit has got to change. And if you don't speak up and you keep being quiet, like, the silent majority is not the silent majority anymore. You know? So it is what it is. But it could be a lot better. You know? So I want to hear about it. Tell me what you have to say. Drop it below. Talk to you soon. Bye.